fellas. Okay, here we are now midway through January. We're still moving, so just mind the mess behind me. Um, it's taking a little longer than we had originally thought because I'm not as strong or have as much stamina as I used to. Um, it's to be expected, but you can see the rooms coming together. I got some curtains up. Um, I haven't quite got my old desk in here yet, but that's the next stage. Mel's Fisher here. It's coming along nicely. The whiskey cabinet, you can just sort of see it there in the corner. Um, really can't justify it being in here. That's fine. It's in display in the lounge room. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is one I found a recipe I found last night, called a black jack. Now there are several variations of it, but essentially the two primary ingredients are a licorice liqueur. This can include sambuca or absinthe. In this particular case, this is just a generic one called Glades. It's quite nice. And you usually mix it with either a scotch or a vodka. Of course, I'm going to choose obviously a scotch. I'm sure you can mix it with any whiskey. I saw several variations of the recipe, but the simplest one that I could do with everything I had on hand is one mixing it with a little bit of Coke. Other ones were mixing it in a cocktail shaker, which was at the time wrapped in butcher's paper. It's now in the cabinet, but I'm going to stick with what I know for the moment. I might try some of the other variations later. So you get your glass. Now typically you're going to fill it with ice. Unfortunately, we're a little short on ice at the moment because we've had to downsize our fridge temporarily. I don't have room. I have a family to feed, don't have room for ice. But that's okay. We're looking at getting another little ice maker. I'm sure Mel's just itching to try to get back on Temu to find one. Okay, so we get an ounce, or one of the big ones, of the licorice liqueur. Sorry, I just knocked my microphone over. I have to stabilise that better. I'm thinking maybe another little cheap tripod or something. And then 1.5 of the scotch. I've chosen, I'm going to try it with the traditionally peated of the Glendronach. I just want to contrast the sweetness of the licorice and the Coke with the more peated taste of the scotch. And you just top it up with Coca-Cola. Not bad. I did have one last night. This is not actually my first attempt at trying it, but I used a different scotch. I used I cannot remember what I used, but it wasn't peated. And this is why part of the reason too why I wanted to use the peat. It's very nice. They go together quite nicely. Hmm. Okay, so I've got to get back to it. I've still got lots of well, all the big stuff's here, but still got to go back to the old place, clean up. A couple of minor things to still transport over. So until next week, Santé.